Hi everybody, hi Mike, my name is Tatiana and I have decided to make a short video regarding your question how to introduce past simple for students for the first time. So, firstly I would revise present simple. I would give students an example, for example, I like books. I always like books, and ask the students, is it in present? Yes. Do I always like books? Yes. Good. Another example, I talked to Mike yesterday. And again, some concept checking questions for the students to guess, or maybe some students would answer them correctly, and if they of course know a little bit about past simple. So I talked to Mike yesterday. Is the action finished? Yes. Did it happen in the past? Yes. Do we know when it happened? Yes, yesterday. Also, is there any connection to present? No. And then you may write this sentence on your whiteboard. I talked to Mike yesterday, underline yesterday, and ed, talked. If your students do not know what past or present means, you may draw a timeline like this to show past, present and future, and maybe give your students some examples to know these words better. Also, I would divide my whiteboard into two halves like this. Here present simple and past simple for students to see and to compare these two tenses. So present simple, affirmative, negative and questions. Some students do not know what affirmative sentence is, so I just tell them that it's a positive sentence. So subject plus verb without endings or with ed. Negative, subject plus do not, does not, and the verb without endings. Questions, question word plus do, does plus a subject plus a verb without endings. And give the example, for example, I always like books. So I subject, always, like, a verb without endings. So past simple here. Positive, negative questions. Subject plus verb ed. I talked to Mike, and underline ed and compare it with present simple, that's subject, verb and verb with some endings. Negative, subject, did not and verb without endings. So here is the same, but here we have do not, does not, and here it changes into did not. Questions, question word did plus subject plus verb without endings, the same. Do, does changes, and here we have did. And also using this visual thing, you may together with your students, you may write down some examples, or actually it would be better to ask your students write some examples. And I think that for the first lesson it may be actually a little bit hard for the students to realize and to give them regular and irregular verbs. So usually for the first time I say that we have irregular verbs with ed, and further they learn that there are also irregular verbs. I do hope that it was useful for you, and if you have any questions, leave a comment. I do hope that I helped you in a way. Have a nice day. Bye.